I had my mind so blown this week. It was like, you don't have to follow any of these trends. Don't let anyone ever convince you that there's a right or wrong way of doing your home. Unless I'm like that, I'm like, I have to have it. Okay, I told you this was gonna be a shocking day. We are not done. I've got more. We're about to make the dream home. I'm about to get myself in a whole heap of trouble. Am I gonna do that anyways? Well, yes, I am. I'm just gonna say it. Guys, today's video is going to literally shake you to the core. And no, I do not mean cottage core or grandma core or coastal core. No. We're doing no cores, okay? There you go. One that we don't have to worry about anymore. Cores are dead. And that if you think that is shocking, wait until you hear these other trends that are dying. But don't worry too much, because even though some of these are dying, good things are on our way. And I think you're gonna love what's coming even more. But you're gonna have to let me know what you think about these. But let's just jump straight into them, shall we? Coffee's down, let's have a chat. Okay, I need to Guys, these are so huge. Let's start off with the one that I had my mind so blown this week. It was like, is that really happening? I think it actually is. Okay, get ready. I'm not joking. I'm actually going to shock you. Do you know what has gone out? Flips. As in the trend of flipping homes. How many shows have there been on HGTV? Just HGTV alone, right? What the heck is happening? Well, the real estate market has shifted. So finding properties to flip has become almost impossible. Finding a home to even live in is almost impossible, let alone something cheap enough where you could even stand to make a profit on it. You'll be lucky to make a profit on it 10 years from now for many of the homes that are on the market. It's just a different market. And so, I don't know what HGTV is doing or what they've got planned down the road, but people are no longer focused on flipping homes. This has been almost 2 decades of just chaos of grabbing and flipping, and it has made a whole lot of people really famous, starting with the gains, right? Like, this is serious stuff. This is legit. Flipping has been so big, at least for the last 10 to 15 years, for sure, right? And it's just not happening. There has been a massive change. So excited about this, because you know what this means? It means that people are more focused on creating a forever home. They're investing their money in the place where they are. And weirdly enough, that does actually mean that all the homes, right, will come up in value. It's not a bad thing, actually. But maybe you find yourself in this boat as well. I really would love to know what it's like where you are living, because you guys are not only all over the US, but you're all over the world. And I am very curious to hear what you think. If you're seeing that people are now staying and renovating their homes that they're in and really settling in. I think this is a big change. I think it's a really big shift. And taking the home that you have and starting to put all the things that you really dream of and creating them in the house that you currently have. This is big stuff. It's really big stuff. So what are people doing instead of flipping homes? Well, they're putting in pools, they're putting in amazing backyards, they're putting in saunas and spa facilities in their basements. They're building out their dream closets. They're renovating their laundry rooms. They're making amazing garages. They're putting in the bookcases that they always dreamed of. They're putting in nice flooring. And so I think it's awesome. I mean, I love that people can now have the opportunity to just kind of settle in and really make everything they're doing really count. I'm all for it. Let me know what you guys think. But I am not done with the shocks here, okay? This is just the beginning. Let's talk about the next one. And it's a big one. And it's controversial. And everyone always gets upset when I say it, but I'm just gonna say it anyways because it's just the truth. And that is modern farmhouse. Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. The gains aren't even doing it. If you have a farmhouse, does that mean that you need to burn the place down to the ground? No, it doesn't mean that farmhouses are out. It's the modern farmhouse style that's gone out of style, right? It's the signs, it's the jam jars, it's even like the more like Scandinavian meets farmhouse style. The whole thing, like every bit of it has just completely gone out. Subway tiles. We can keep going. All the things that made this style so popular and brought the gains up, right? But even the gains aren't doing it. So what is everyone doing instead? Well, first of all, if you love a modern farmhouse and you're enjoying it, you don't have to follow any of these trends. Don't let anyone ever convince you that there's a right or wrong way of doing your home. Unless you're going to sell it and someone is telling you you'll make more money if you do these certain things, then you might want to at least consider if there's any truth or validity to what they're saying. But generally speaking, and especially since we're all staying in our homes now, why wouldn't you make it your home the way you want it to be? But if you are looking for something beyond the modern farmhouse, take out the shiplap. Just take it out, okay? Either that or you can just make a nice plaster wall over that. That would be really nice. Some stone. We're just changing it all. So you've got a couple options. You could go for modern cottage, which we've done an entire video about, so I'll leave a link for that. You may want to check that out. Modern cottage is so much fun because it's a blend of like English countryside, French countryside, and some sort of like crazy Scandinavian modern is kind of mixed in there. It's beautiful. I absolutely love it. And I would say our house is a modern cottage as well. We definitely live in that cottage style home. We definitely lean more towards the modern side of things, but still we love that. But if you don't live in a cottage and you don't really want the cottage vibe, you could look at modern organic. That is what is really, modern organic, it is caught on everywhere. I mean, everywhere. Every company from RH, you can find it at Target. Like everyone's got something. If you love modern organic, I absolutely love modern organic because it means lots of organic materials, organic color palettes. It's really soft, it's neutral. Think about worn vases. You're gonna have beautiful tactile rugs that are really soft underneath your feet. You might go for sisal, you might go for some boucle sofas. You're gonna have wool, and it is this unwashed walls. Like we could talk for a while about this. In fact, I've actually made a video about rustic luxury, which is very similar, and it's really just mixing. If you want a more luxurious, if you love a more luxurious style, you may want to check that video out as well, because we've been leaning towards this now for a while, and people are obsessed with it. Let me know if you are one of those people that you're like, if you see one of these like amazing tactile vases that looks like it's just pulled out of the ruins of Greece, you're just like, oh, I have to have it. I'm like that. I'm like, I have to have it. I just need it. I mean, we were even at Home Goods recently. If you guys missed that Home Goods video, you should check it out because we have got a knack for finding the best stuff at Home Goods, and we found some amazing, amazing vessels. I've also got an entire category over on my Amazon storefront. If you just want like quick, easy, add to cart and done, it's loaded with furniture and accessories. There's lighting there. I mean, we got it all. So I'll leave a link for all those things. But either way, modern farmhouse, it's gone. RIP. But here we have the modern organic style and also modern cottage, and it's like, I love these. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Okay, I told you this was gonna be a shocking day. We are not done. I've got more. I've got more. And this one always comes as a big surprise to people. But I kind of feel like those of you who have watched, maybe you'll have heard me say this for at least a few years. But I have been saying this for a while. But I'm usually on the front end of trends. So that way, once you get on them, then you'll have a long time to be on them. But we've been talking about this for years, that the open concept kitchen is dying. So I don't know what HGTV is going to do, because we've now taken modern farmhouse, we have taken the flips, and we're taking open concept kitchens. What is going to happen? It's time for a new era, guys. It's time for a new era. The problem with open concept kitchens, and especially just open concept homes, is that you never get away from the other people. I just can't deal with it. I think it's too much to be able to sit on your sofa and like turn and get a drink out of the refrigerator. That's just tight, but it's just too much. It's too much. I don't enjoy, I talked about for years opening up the wall between the living room and the kitchen, and I never did it, and I'm so glad I didn't do it. And the reason why is that people can be in here hanging out, someone can be in the kitchen cooking, someone can be watching the TV in the other room, and you're not all on top of each other, looking at each other. So I think that open concept in general is a nice concept, an idea, but it's not always the most practical thing. And if you're living in a home, and you just want to be able to do different activities in different spaces without always having to be on top of each other and deciding, okay, I'm gonna watch TV now, so you're gonna have to watch whatever I'm watching. You can have TVs going in different rooms, you know? I think that's why it's going. I think it's because it's just, you just need some walls. You just need some privacy. People are enjoying the cozy factor as well on things, and people are wanting more bells and whistles as well. Things like, and I apologize, Jack told me the other day that he met someone at the gym, and this is the husband. So if you're the wife who's asking for the new home because Valentina said that open concept kitchens are going out, I apologize to your husband, but you go, girl. You get what you want. But seriously, why is it we want them? It's because we want them to do more things. We don't want to just have ornamental double islands, which has that trend is completely dead. Nobody wants double islands. No one. No one's asking for those at all. So definitely don't do those. But think of the things that you can do if you don't have these ornamental, you know, superfluous things in your kitchen like double islands. Then you could have a scullery. You could have a humongous pantry, right? You can have a caterer's kitchen, a separate kitchen, just for like the messy stuff. I mean, the things you can do if you take that same space and break it up a little bit. So weirdly enough, smaller kitchens are actually making a huge comeback, and they will be more enclosed. It doesn't mean that you're gonna be in a closet. We've lived overseas, and many of the homes, let me know where you live and what your kitchen experiences are. But for us, like in Spain and Morocco especially, the kitchens had a door on them. And when we would go to visit people, they was hashuma. That means shameful. It was shameful to try to go into someone else's kitchen. You did not invite your guest into where all the work was going on. It was considered extremely rude. So they put a door on that sucker. Like, we are not talking about putting doors on the kitchens, not yet. Ours actually had a door. When we moved in, we actually took it down. I don't even know if I have a picture anymore, but we actually had a door on ours as well. We're not doing that. I wouldn't put the doors up. I would just think about maybe not having them quite so open, and thinking about the things that to you, again, forever home. Do you see how this is all kind of like working together? I'm like, oh yeah, baby. We're about to make the dream home. So think about that. Think about the things that you wish your kitchen had, and you might be able to work them into the kitchen that you have currently and just go for that dream kitchen. Okay. I feel like I'm gonna need more than a coffee for this next one. I'm about to get myself in a whole heap of trouble. Am I gonna do that anyways? Well, yes, I am. I'm just gonna say it. What trend is dying before it's really gotten off the ground? Maximalism. Yeah. Did we say that like in like the fall that maximalism was gonna make a comeback? I think I said I was like so excited. I have made so many attempts to do maximalism. I can't do it. I don't enjoy living in a home where there is just stuff everywhere. I just like piles of things on top of things on top of things. Like it just stresses me out. So if you are a maximalist, you're in good company, because there are still a lot of people who are really into this, and I think it's growing in energy. However, I think it's going to end up dying, because as far as like how much airtime it gets, because chaos inside of the home and chaos and lots of things can make a lot of people feel really nervous. And I think it's worth saying that the way that you decorate your home has a huge effect on how you feel. It's very psychological, and we're not gonna get super deep. But I think it's important to at least ask yourself, does this work for me? So if maximalism is dying before it's even gotten off the ground, again, what are we doing instead? Oh, wait for it. Wait for it. Scandinavian is making a comeback. I know. What? Scandinavian has been kind of on the out for a few years. Like, everyone's been going, like, I was gonna say grandma core. Is that what it's called? Grandma core, coastal grandma, cottage core. Like, everything's like maximal. It's like piling things on and patterns and all this stuff. And so the opposite of that would be Scandinavian, right? And now it's making a comeback because people are trying these styles and they're like, I don't enjoy living like this. You'll have to let me know which camp you fall into, because this is one that will always be a debate. There are always gonna be people who are more maximal, and there are always gonna be people who are more minimal. I feel like I'm somewhere in the middle. I wouldn't put myself in either one of those. I'm a little bit more diplomatic in my design. I like to have a little bit of both, but I'm very curious to know what you guys think, because I personally think that Scandinavian coming back would be amazing. I'm a little bit biased because we lived in Scandinavia for 6 years and I love this style. But I think what we ultimately love is, this is what I love the most about Scandinavian style and minimalism, because they aren't always the same, right? You have Japanese minimalism, and that's like a different style. But Scandinavian minimalism, like when I was with my Scandinavian friends, they'd like place something down and they're like, one piece on the table, and they're like, and it's art. And I'm like, I love that. I love that. I love this respect and celebration of each item as if it's one thing. It's just so glorious. You know, and they'd put a lamp down and it's like, and done. You guys, like they treat their homes almost like an art gallery. And I love that. I think that's something that's admirable no matter what your style is. So I would definitely think about Scandinavian. And let me know if you want a full video of any of these. We have a whole playlist of decor mistakes, interior design, trends. We've got RH shopping trips. We've got home tours. If you're not a subscriber, you should definitely hit subscribe, because I don't know what's going on with the YouTube algorithm right now, but you may never see us again if you don't hit subscribe. So that way, at least when you get on and you hop on, you'll at least see us in your subscription. Something's going on with the suggested and the algorithm, and I don't know how any of that stuff really works ultimately, but I know that if you hit subscribe, you'll always at least have a choice, and it's free. So there are so few things in life that are free that I kind of love that. So yes, I hope I have left you with quite a few shockers for today and lots to think about. Let me know down in the comments. You've got a whole bunch of comments to leave me. I just need to hear from you. I need to know which of these is the most shocking, which one you're like, uh-oh, which one you're like, yes. And cheers, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye for now.